Righto guys, we're back today with Grays Online auction results. A few different ones in here. I don't know, the prices aren't there this time, I'm not too sure, but let me know what you guys reckon. So let's get stuck into it. So we're going to start off. We didn't actually look at this one at Grays, but it come up on their site because there was a few that I was watching. Okay, and it's one that I would love to buy myself. I've got a 4-door myself, which is an R31 Skyline. This is a 2-door one, as you can see, the red one there. Beautiful car, absolutely love it. I would love to get one of these. There is a guy here locally that has a couple. I've missed out, but it's one of those ones where they're not super popular. If I ever went to Japan, it's probably the car that I would chase and try and import back in because I could afford it. But yeah, what do you reckon? It's a nice car. But it got passed in at $20,600, as you can see there. Right, so, you know, it's still up there, but it's still at 20 grand, and it's a super clean example. For 20 grand in an R33 or R32, you get something pretty rough, whereas this thing's at the top of its game at 20 grand, but I'm not sure what they would have been going for. Righto, so the next one is this VS dual cab. Remember, so we looked at this thing, it looked like it was a wagon. See in the pictures, it looks like it was a wagon. It is a V8, as you can see. It sold at $8,988. So this thing sold sub 10 grand. I reckon that's pretty good buying. It wasn't done great, but I think it was done quite a few years ago, so it's actually held up quite well. But yeah, it's a pretty cool jigger. Righto, the next one is VE Ute, this orange one. We briefly looked at this in the video while we're in the yard down there at Grays. Okay, so it didn't sell. 10,550 bucks it passed in at, so it didn't meet reserve, which means it didn't sell. It's quite a clean ute, it's nothing special. I think some cars just don't look right, doesn't sit right, wheels aren't right, height's not right, colour's not right. There's something not right that doesn't make this, because some VESS utes just pop, as you know. This isn't one of them. That could be the reason why it didn't pull the big money. It's amazing what different things do. It's like with the Subaru Forester I'm building at the moment. I think that the mods I'm doing are really gonna make this thing nice. Well, I think it's going to. Everyone has different taste in cars. In saying that, there's videos I've done years ago with the HR with putting 20-inch wheels on it. The hate I get from that, like they don't watch part 2. I had those wheels, I put them on, they didn't suit the car, and then I went back to the 14-inch Tasmans, but the difference a set of wheels make and the hate you get from it is crazy. But anyway, righto. Speaking of HRs, one that sold is this blue HR Sedan. Okay, $14,100. Nothing special. It is just a HR. It's tidy. I wouldn't say it's clean, but yeah, $14,100. What do you guys reckon? Is that the money it's at? I think that's standing pretty tall for that vehicle, but at the same time, it is complete. But anyway, slightly off topic. Look at this. Now, can we get a TikTok trend starting with people putting those batteries on? What do you reckon? How are we going to do it? Hashtag nosebleed or something? Like, look at that. Anyway, back to topic. Okay, all right, so VL with a Walkinshaw kit. Okay, this thing had a twin cam head on it. It was a super tidy thing. It was a really, really nice car. It actually sold at $42,400. It was quite a nice car. It's not a show car, but it would be an awesome toy. It had a lot of good bits on it, the way the engine and stuff had been put together. It looked the part, wheels were on point. It was a really nice vehicle, and it did actually sell. A lot of the vehicles on this list didn't sell. I don't know whether people are a bit gun shy at the moment, not knowing with fuel prices and stuff. But yeah, so righto, this Merc. So there were some Mercs down there in the yard. I don't think we actually looked at this one, and it didn't sell for 19.5 grand. It seems to be the right year model for what people want, because the bidding did get up to that sort of money, but I don't know, 19.5 grand for a Merc, I don't know if I can get there. The 2-door ones are pretty cool. Like, we did look at sort of a 2-door one that was in the yard. There was another 4-door one there, and they were around the same years, but I couldn't find them going for sale. It's hard when you're down there to match up with their schedules. I held off a little bit because some of these cars got passed in and went back through. That's why this video's taken a little bit longer. But anyway, there was a long wheelbase Land Cruiser there, so FJ45 Land Cruiser Ute, but it was a long wheelbase. Remember this thing? It was rough. Remember, I looked through the window and you could see the rust. It passed in, so it did not sell for $1,200. I would have thought it would have got a bit more for that, but it is old. It was pretty bad, and yeah, I don't know. What do you guys reckon? I'm not a big four-wheel drive guy, so that's maybe why I'm a little bit negative, and I shouldn't be, but it is what it is. How's this? Look at this. Maybe this is another TikTok trend we can get started for the new father to see who can get the biggest rat's tail. What do you reckon? Can we get any of these TikTok trends started? What do you reckon? I think they would amuse me, because some of them are pretty silly, like those milk crate things and that, but I reckon a big poo tail, that's where it's at. Right, anyway. Righto, a Mini. 8 grand, and it sold. Pretty tidy. That's one that actually sold. Green VY SS. This thing's pretty tidy too. Dead even 10 grand, and it sold. That's pretty good money. Not a great car, fairly stock. I'd say it was pretty worn in the interior too, but it did sell at 10 grand. And then this is a weird one. Like these Volvos, so an 86 model Volvo, it didn't sell for $4,100. This was a controversial one. I made a prediction on price of 20 or 40 grand or something ridiculous. I was way off. So VW split windscreen. This thing's been shortened, put back together, wasn't in the best of conditions, and it passed in at $17,600. Right, so $17,600. I've seen it on Facebook since for about $32,000 or $34,000. A lot of people pointed out on that last video that, you know, it would be for display only or something like that, which is true. It's a fun sort of thing, not quite my cup of tea, but a lot of vehicle to chop up. But you know, VW guys are VW guys. Is like some different weird and wonderful things. I've got a couple of late model V-dubs that I've bought to build one, and I want to do a retro style. Yeah, who's keen on seeing that one on YouTube? So it won't be any big horsepower build or anything, but it'll just be a case of having it sitting right and the paint right with the, you know, just a late model one, something for my girls to use really. So, but yeah, anyway, lots going on. I'm so excited to be back into things, guys. Okay, VS V8 Stato, $3,900, and it got passed in. You know, I would have expected this thing to do around the same as that dual cab, 8-9 grand perhaps, but yeah, passed in, didn't sell. $3,900 was quite a tidy thing. This one here, this EL XR8, okay, it sold for 7.5 grand. Had horrendous wheels on it. Remember that? We did actually look at this one. We did look at this one further in the yard down at Grays at Pinkenbar, but I don't know, it went through twice. I think don't know if it passed in the first time or what happened, but it did go through the auction twice, but it did sell. So yeah, righto. This one I've added in there. I've got one of these at the moment with a lift kit, and which is a Land Rover V8. Right, it's got a lift kit and the roof racks and all the rest of the stuff. This thing didn't sell at $3,600. If anyone wants one of these in good condition at $3,600, give me a call. You'll be driving away in it. But yeah, so I've got one if anyone wants one. Righto, and to finish up this video, okay, we didn't look at this one. I don't know where it was, but yeah, HQ. It didn't sell at $23,600. Once again, it comes down to that same thing. This thing sitting right with just a set of wheels. If you spent a couple of grand on this thing just to get it to sit right, you would have got that 23 grand all day or more if it was right. It's amazing what wheels do. I'm off for the weekend to buy, I've got a set of LMGT2s there for either this to put on the Skyline, and the wheels that I'm going to pick up on the weekend will probably go on the 300ZX. I've got a Z32. Yeah, so heaps going on, guys. Back in action, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Bit of Grays Online results. Well, we'll get back down there to do a bit. I might let the market settle a little bit, and then we'll go back down and see if things have got better. A lot didn't sell, but at the same time, it's a bit of a benchmark for us guys that are always on Facebook and Gumtree just watching prices. So, alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you.